I want to start first with some of the worst basketball that we saw this weekend in terms of the Lakers because they got absolutely drubbed by the Mavs. I was at Staples Center last weekend and I saw the Lakers play. I mean, I was almost embarrassed for this team. And for a team that was off to such a hot start earlier this year, who had all of this promise, what happened?
Well, a few things. First of all, we have to understand that Nick Young was not going to be able to continue at the pace that he was playing at. He was a very important player for them. D'Angelo Russell fell off a cliff in terms of his production. And Luke Walton's trying to be patient with some of these young guys, but Russell's a guy that's going in reverse. Now, granted, last night in that 50-some-odd point loss to the woeful Mavericks, by the way, Russell was not on the floor. But nonetheless, you have some guys that are kind of going in reverse here. Julius Randle was playing very well earlier in the year, is not looking as good right now. And the crazy part about all of it, Alexa, is that Brandon Ingram has, and although he didn't play well last night, 2 of 10 shooting, he really has grown quite nicely through the course of this season. It's been a lot of these other guys. Here's the other thing. And Mitch Kupchak went ahead and invested copious amounts of money into Luol Deng, into Timofey Mozgov, and figuring I have some veterans to hold down the fort, make us competitive, help my young guys along. Both of those guys have been absolute miseries. Both of them have stunk. And really, for the amount of money they're on the hook with both of them, it's crazy. I mean, it's 4 years, $72 million for Luol Deng at the age of 31. How are you going to move that deal? How about Mozgov? 4 years, $64 million at the age of 30. With the way he's playing, it's a gross overpay, even in this market. So I think that what the plan was to have these veterans hold down the fort a little bit has not worked out well at all. And Luke Walton, who's tried to give these young guys a lot of freedom, needs to toughen up a little bit because I think he's getting taken advantage of by some of these young guys who now kind of started to believe some of their press clippings aren't working as hard as they once did. And Ingram is the one shining star in all this. But you do have concerns for guys like Randall and Russell who have tremendous potential, who are just at this stage of the season when you should be seeing them grow by leaps and bounds like Ingram is doing. These guys are going backwards. The other thing is the injury of Larry Nance hurt a little bit. I'm not sure Larry Nance turns this record around so much, but he's their hardest working young guy that sets a tone for this young group. So Luke Walton's got a lot of work to do. You know, we kind of canonized him as the next great thing to coaching. He's got a huge, huge challenge on his hands here in LA.